Here, this is from the Science News, from the Science Press. Do perfectionists face early deaths? A new study says yes. This was published in the Journal of Health Psychology. The researchers conducted psychological tests on 450 residents of southern Alberta, Canada, and then followed them for years. During that time, these were people in the ages of 65 to 87. Over 30% of them died. Perfectionists, that is, those who expressed a strong motivation to be perfect and revealed a tendency toward all or nothing thinking, were 51% more likely to have died during the study than those with reasonable self-expectations. In contrast, risk of death was significantly lower for high scorers in optimism, conscientiousness, and extroversion. Interesting. Magnets in ant antennas. How do the ants migrate? How do they find their way back to the nest? How do they know? Used to be thought that it was smell, and it may be for some species, but for the Pancodillia marginata, species of ant in Sao Paulo, Brazil, minuscule magnets found in ant antennae help to explain why these insects always seem to know where they're going, according to researchers who suspect the magnets are key components of a sophisticated nature-made GPS system. This particular species of ant always migrates at an orientation of 13 degrees relative to Earth's geomagnetic north-south axis, and that's the ant's strongest magnetic signal as it comes from its antenna after looking very carefully at how the antennas are organized and where the iron-containing, and they get the iron from the dirt, where the iron-containing cells are located. Hey, want to lose weight? Eat soup. Or is it drink soup? When you eat a meal, the pyloric sphincter valve, this is the bottom of your stomach, it holds the food back so it can be mixed with acids in the stomach and broken down before it's released into the small intestine. When you drink water, however, that sphincter, that valve, remains open so the water goes right into your small intestine and can be absorbed. If you eat soup, the stomach closes that valve, even though soup is mostly water. That valve closes because the water and the food are blended together. The valve says, oh, there's food here, closes the valve, and the stomach stays fuller for a longer time, staving off hunger pains and thus reducing the probability that you'll eat more food. So, soup. Hierarchies among equals. This is fascinating. This is in Scientific American this month. Drop 2 adult rats of the same sex into a cage, and it's a near certainty that the bigger rat, even if only slightly bigger, will dominate from the first few minutes. But what happens if you take several freshly weaned rats, all of equal size and from good homes, and put them together? A hierarchy will emerge, according to a new experiment, but determining the factors remain a mystery. These factors, in good news for humans at the low end of the social ladder, may be mutable. First of all, it takes weeks until the rats are well past puberty for social hierarchy to evolve. Secondly, it doesn't have to do with weight, size, or activity levels. In fact, they don't know. They haven't been able to identify what the variables are that define social rank in rat societies. But what they have found is that they seem to be variable, changeable, mutable. The rat societies, hierarchy in rat societies changes throughout the lifetime of rats. This is this researcher, his last name is Francis, Dr. Francis, he says, whatever these determining factors are, they're very plastic. He said, you think about people, the same possibilities exist there. This is a good thing for us humans to know. Okay, want to prevent breast cancer? Eat walnuts. This is a new study published by the Marshall University School of Medicine. Omega-3 fatty acids played a key role. Walnuts are very high in those fatty acids, but there are also antioxidants and phytosterols that all seem to reduce the risk of the disease. Mice fed the human equivalent of 2 ounces of walnuts a day developed fewer and smaller tumors. These are mice that were bred to develop breast cancer. This is a study that was presented at the American Association for Cancer Research's annual meeting. Diets higher in saturated fats, including red meat, contribute to earlier mortality. This was a study done on 500,000 elderly Americans, people who eat 4 ounces of red meat each day, 30% more likely to die during the 10 years of the study of all causes, cancer, heart disease, the whole bit. And finally, hey, what's pink, has startling red eyes, and dances around a Louisiana shipping channel? A rare albino bottlenose dolphin. Bottlenose dolphins are common in this shipping channel and feeding in plain, but when the pink one leaps up and along with 4 gray dolphins, it's really stunning. This albino dolphin is just the 14th reported worldwide. And finally, athletes aren't the only ones who improve their performance by doping on a treadmill. They with tiny sandpaper birds, actually, and flying, they found that the omega-3 fatty acids from fish oil contribute an increase of 58 to 90% in the efficiency of their muscles on a 3,000-kilometer trek from the Canadian Arctic to the South American coast. The sandpiper. The more fatty acids they have, the more efficient they are. Fascinating. Fish oil for all, 27 minutes past the hour. Back with your calls.